Hello YouTube, this is Dark Emissary 617 here, and as you can guess, I am going to do another special review I've been wanting to do for some time. I know a lot of people have already reviewed these figures, but I really wanted to review them because I have a lot to say about these figures. As you can see, these are the villain figures that I own from the Power Rangers Dino Charge series. And these are the villains as Curio, Slammer, Puzzler, the Vivizord, Sting Rage, and Sledge. I never review Power Rangers for a reason. For me, I collect Power Rangers for the villain figures, and thanks to Bandai not making villain figures for almost a decade or so, I never really bought Power Rangers. I have a bunch of older monster figures, but I never reviewed them because I never really had the chance to. But, thanks to the new series releasing some villains, I'm happy to say I can finally review some Power Rangers Dino Charge figures. If you want to see Power Rangers Dino Charge reviews, go check out my brother's channel, Darkon633. He reviews the other stuff from Power Rangers Dino Charge, whether it's his villain figures or just simply his, the Zords and the batteries and so forth. But anyways, enough about him. Let's get to my review. For starters, I'm going to review the most simplistic villain of them all, Curio. I was going to do individual reviews of these guys, but figured it would be better off just making one big review of all of them. To start off with, this is Curio. For some odd reason, this is the most popular villain of the bunch. I don't know why. I don't like him. I like his color scheme, I like his design, but when it comes to him as a character in the show, he does nothing, and he's really not useful. But he does have some nice details. He has the orange on the bells, he has the buttons and the stitching all over, and has those masks on his the mask on his stomach, which had a more significant reason in Japan. And he looks really nice, I will admit. I do wish he had some more detail. Like, for example, on the back, he has all these nice stitching details, like the fish being chased by larger fish, and like a flower and all that. But these details are like not painted, therefore, there's no real design to them. Like, there's no real... You can't see them all that well, basically. Now, for the articulation of this guy, he has, not very good articulation, but for his design, it makes sense. His head can rotate, but the cape kinda gets in the way, and his arms go up and down, and his arms can swivel. Wrists can swivel, then his legs can go, well, in and out and forward and back, swivel hinges, but they're hindered by his giant stomach. So, he's not the best figure by any means, but everyone loves this guy. I guess because he's funny or something, I don't know. I never understood why he's so popular. He has his, this is his pumpkin watering can. It's supposed to be a pumpkin, but there's no details and the eyes are missing, so you can never guess it's a pumpkin. On the box it shows. And it's just a flat, simply unpainted orange piece of plastic. He never even uses it in the show, so it's weird. In the Japanese version, this would actually be used to make monsters grow, but since he doesn't do it in the cartoon, there's almost no point of him even having it in the toy line in America. But that's it for Curio. For my next figure I'm going to review is Puzzler. He was my favorite from Wave 1. 1, I never expected we were actually going to get this guy, and 2, he has a really cool design. He's basically a giant maze monster. He has like the piercing pink eyes, the white for his eyes, like the pink pupils, and he has like the start arrow. And he's like green with a bunch of yellow all over. Here's another mask on him. And he has these nice, ferocious looking teeth. And he actually looks really cool. If you can see there, sorry about that, my camera isn't focusing all that well. It's like you can see a lot of cool details with them. It's hard to see, but this is supposed to say dead end, but it's not painted. It's just the flat yellow. My biggest complaint with him has to be that they didn't fully paint him. Like, the green lining on his maze body kind of stops there, and when you get to the back, everything is unpainted. Even on his arms. So that's my nitpick there. And they didn't paint the, like, it's almost like a compass. Yeah, it's like a compass on his scythe. It's a gold flag scythe, which I like, because, truth be told, I love scythes. Scythes are awesome, and I really like them for that as well. But anyways, that's about enough about his weapon. His articulation now. His arms go up and down, they're just swivels, there's no hinge to go in and out. His legs go forwards and backward, and bends at the elbow, oddly enough. I didn't expect him to have elbow joints. Not a bad figure. He's not the most popular monster, but I think he's a cool figure, and I say pick him up if you see him, because... And I guess Curio's okay too, because he's a main villain, so it's fine by me, I guess. My next figure I'm gonna review, just get it over with, is the Vivizord. The Vivizord is not the most not the most articulate figure, but he gets away with it because of his design, and he gets so much paint and detail. All of the gray and the white, but he has all this gray wash for all of his prints all over his body. This is what Curio needed, something like this. And he looks really cool. He has like the giant mouths and for his arms, and then his one mouth as well. I wish it would have opened and closed, but it doesn't. Same with these. Basically, the Vivizords are Vivix that like go all together and they amalgamate into a giant Vivizord. The only parts that aren't painted are on the green on his back, on his tail all the way, and the details aren't painted there, but aside from that, he still looks nice. His articulation's quite pitiful, though. Arms go up and down, and his legs go up and down. That's it, nothing else. And you can't really do much with him. The mouths don't even open, like I stated, so they're not all that, but he's an okay figure. Good details, though, so I'd say still pick up at least one, because they're cool. And you can put them up against your posable Megazord figures, which I love that we're just getting monsters, period, in this line. My next one is the favorite for Wave 2. One of my favorites, actually, is Slammer. Slammer is a prisoner warden, which is kind of ironic, because in the show, he's actually a prisoner on the ship of Sledge's ship, and he's a prisoner warden. It's actually quite hilarious how ironic that is. He has, like, the eye patch painted on him, so you can't see his left eye, but his right eye you can see. And he has, like, all these nicely painted details of these brutal faces, like, in agony, because they're in jail, as you can see, like, imprisoned. And he has, like, a nice keyhole lock on him, and you can see some keys there on his waist, but they're not painted. That would have been nice if they painted that silver like his arms. He has his blue and white prisoner pants, which is cool, and he has that nice cap on him. He even has, like, a metal neck, like, almost like a choker on him, but it's not painted. That would have been nice to have painted silver. Same thing with the bars, like, here and there. But his articulation is actually not that bad. I mean, it's underwhelming, but not terrible by any means. Basically, his elbows, they move back and forth. They're just hinges. And his legs can go forward and back and bend at the elbow, a knee, but it can't do any more because his overall upper body kind of prevents it. His feet are kind of modeled to be like bending forwards, upward, but he has like the flat surface on his feet, so he can stand up pretty well. Not perfectly, but not terribly either. He's actually not a bad looking figure, actually. I'm actually quite okay with him. And here's his back, which is, again, very unpainted. At least they could have painted the blue on the pants all the way. That would have been all I would have asked for. So, yeah, he's also not a bad figure. I like him. The next one I'm gonna review is my second most favorite in the entire line so far, Sting Rage. Sting Rage here is pretty cool. He has like he almost looks like this demonic creature. He has like this pitchfork trident that used to sting, like he actually stung the Ankylozord in the show, and he has like these demon heads shooting flames out of his shoulders. I thought they were actually going to shoot, but they actually don't, oddly enough. And he has the silver wings on the back painted. I like that. And his long horns kind of go back, and they're painted red, which wash into a green effect up here. He has like a lighter green in his stomach, and he has like these demon-like spirits all over his like body in this darker green, even on his legs. For him, the articulation is probably the best on him, aside from Sledge, because what you get basically is his legs, they are swivel hinged, so they move forwards and back and in and out, and he has a bend in the knee. His shoulders, they go swivel hinge, so in and out, back and forth, and he has an elbow joint even. Let me show it better on this one. And his head can actually swivel, kind of. It's hard to do because his horns get in the way and so forth. But not bad articulation, I gotta say. I'm actually really glad they put this much articulation on him. He was also part of a special trio in Japan with him, Ice Age, and Meteor, so I hope Meteor gets made. His trident is actually also pretty nice too. It's unpainted, but I like the face at the bottom and the sharp ends at the top. It's cool, I like it. So he's another figure I would recommend getting. You know, a lot of these guys like Slammer and Puzzler, I never thought we would actually get figures of, so I'm kind of amazed we did. Finally, here's Sledge, the main antagonist of the entire series of Dino Charge. He's painted with this brown all over his armor. He has like the green reptilian-like skin. He has the red eyes peeking out, and he has like almost like it's like a tentacle ponytail, I guess. Not really. It's like a tentacle for hair on the back of his head. And I really like how he looks. He has these nice, tough looking shoulders that actually they move in and out like so. There's a hinge there for a reason, so that you can do some posability with his shoulders. And he has his blaster, which he doesn't really use until like near the end of the series, which looks nice. Like in here you can see it can be seen, but still not bad. For his articulation, he has really good articulation. Like his head can swivel left to right. His arms can go up and down all the way. His arms can go outwards, like I said with the shoulder, thanks to the hinges there. And then for the rest of his articulation, he can actually, like, his elbows have a hinge. His legs can go forwards and in and out, good, because of the range and motion they gave him, and knee joints. Some ankle articulation could have been nice, but not bad, and I'm actually really glad with the articulation they gave him. They gave him some really good articulation. Overall, I'm very happy with this line. I'm happy that Power Rangers is finally getting me some villain figures, and I'm glad that others will get some villains too now. A lot of these Monster of the Week guys I didn't expect we'd get figures of, and some I expected no less from, because there were some pretty popular looking designs. I'm also happy that Bandai is not just picking boring monster designs, they're actually picking some of the more crazy design ones, as if they're trying to experiment which ones do best. So, kudos to you, Bandai. Keep it up, please make some more villains. I appreciate it. So yeah, this has been my overall review for all of my Power Rangers Dino Charge villain figures, and this is Dark Emissary 617 signing out.